Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the domino, and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
With the newly crowned God of Destruction of Universe 14, Amaron, also known as the Venerable Heir, now being shown waging war against planet Sadala and Universe 7 Saiyans, it was only following the events of Dula having to murder Shilai right before Broly's very eyes, where Broly had now erupted in a fit of rage so uncontrollably powerful, as he is not only now becoming a threat to himself, but now also becoming a threat to everyone around him, as with our heroes now having their hands full in battling Amaron one-on-one, the million-dollar question now moving forward is, will there be anything that will sustain Broly in allowing for him to come back into his own, or is Broly simply going to carry on in an uncontrollable rampage and wipe out everything on planet Sadala as we now know it? Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to the channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball related, including its manga, anime, video games, fan animations, fan mangas, and more, in which would also like to be kept up to date with everything in regards to the Dragon Ball Super manga, the Dragon Ball Super anime, Dragon Ball video games, and any and all additional content within the Dragon Ball universe, then I do encourage you guys to head on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to always be notified whenever a brand new video is posted onto the channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply excited to see what the future holds for the Dragon Ball franchise. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your time, thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and now let's dive straight into the video. As we kick off Dragon Ball Kakumei manga chapter number 17, with Broly now being shown having to erupt with such fury and rage, to where even now, especially with Dula being shown at the very bottom having to laugh at the fact that Broly had now lost a near and dear loved one to his heart, the only individual here that seems to be completely disregarding what's happening here is in fact actually Dula, as Dula went on to shout, "That's it, keep going." To where with Broly now being shown having to completely lose all senses of who he was, it was only upon him now being shown having to do so where the narration went on to state, "The Saiyan who has gone mad pushes shrill and immeasurable cries, as with the simple force of his own voice, the scream of Broly crosses the space at a dizzying speed and strikes all the stars on its way, even at a distant star." To which even upon now being shown doing so, the planet system goes out in a supernova. So Broly's cries and having to lose Shilai before his very eyes are so powerful and effective even now that this in and of itself is going as far as to create supernovas all throughout the solar system, as King Sadala went on to shout, This is unthinkable. The sky, these hundreds of lights caused by the screams of Broly, they are not simple explosions. Could they all be supernovas? No, King Sadala says, as even King Sadala himself now can even now go as far as to look upon what Broly is doing in having to witness the very reflection of his own past from generations ago, to where by no means was King Sadala ready to risk the lives of anybody on his planet, as King Sadala went on to continue, "I can't afford to daydream, I have to pull myself together." But then, upon the sky now being shown descending on down, King Sadala was fast enough in catching Shilai in his hands, and from that point quickly going as far as to inform one of his admirals by telling him, "Admiral Fennel, recover the girl and bring her towards the Tuffles laboratory immediately. It is perhaps not too late, so do not delay this." With Fennel responding, "Understood, Your Majesty." Admiral, one of the other Saiyans chimes in, please let me go with you. I'll have your back, he says, with the Admiral responding, will you be able to follow me, Parsa? We've got no time to lose. Yes, Parsa responds, to which as soon as the Saiyan was then shown transforming and grabbing Chilai and bringing her back on over to the laboratory, King Sadala at that point knew the monster that Broly had become, because it only looked as though now all traces of his own humanity, along with who he was at his very core, was now gone, as he was now morphing himself and becoming the monster that everyone had feared, as Dula went on to ask, what happens to him? Why doesn't the big guy move anymore? With Vegeta shouting, oh, you have absolutely no idea the seriousness of your act, damn it! As it was only now from out of nowhere from behind Vegeta, where the Venerable Heir had had enough of Vegeta having to talk during this fight, don't distract yourself anymore, I won't settle for your shoulder next time. In which, shockingly enough, seconds later, before Dula could even respond, to his own horror from behind him, we then see a gigantic monstrous Broly literally being shown lunging directly at him, with the singular intent of ripping Dula apart, especially after with what he did, to where even then with Dula having to outsmart Broly in creating a portal in which allowed Broly to lunge at someone else instead, it was only upon him now being shown having to smile at the situation where Dula went on to chime in, oh, you won't get me in such a primitive way, but now instead, Dula had now instead redirected Broly in going after one of the other inhabitant Saiyans from Universe 6 now instead, in which without even having to think twice about it, as soon as Broly was shown yanking the Saiyan out of the portal, Broly had from there on now taken it upon himself in literally dismembering this Saiyan right before everyone's eyes, to where this had now become a very dangerous situation, not only for Dula and potentially even Amaron, but this also now applies for Kaba, Kale, Caulifla, Vegeta, King Sadala, and the other Saiyans inhabiting planet Sadala itself, because with Broly shown not having any stability or control over his body was where Caulifla went on to respond, it doesn't look good, Kale, you absolutely have to go back, Broly has completely lost it, she says, you are the only one who understands what's going on in this state, with Kale responding, and will it be okay? Oh, and now she's underestimating us? Well, listen, Kaba responds, we'll settle his account to this coward and we'll join you as soon as possible, he says. You can count on us, to where with all three of them now shown going Super Saiyan, that's when they all went on to collectively say, good luck then, we'll make it, to which as Kale was the only one now shown going in as everyone was trying to get out, Broly by that point was making his rounds in destroying and ripping apart every single Saiyan that he was able to lock eyes on, which not only went as far as to include innocent Saiyans, Saiyans that were a part of this battle, there was not a soul on that planet that was safe from Broly's wrath, as King Sadala went on to address Dula by telling him, you knew he wouldn't just attack you, right? Oh well, Dula went on to shrug off, because with King Sadala now shown infuriated, that's when King Sadala went on to shout, you and your friends are nothing but filthy scum, and you, the most obnoxious one I've ever met. Because of course the king now knew that this was all a setup by Dula in getting Broly to essentially turn on everybody, to where with no other choice left but to be shown having to watch this go down, that's when King Sadala went on to continue, my men are killing each other because of you, but believe me, I won't let you get away, not you, Sadala says. And what do I care, huh? 2-bit sovereign, Dula says. To where even with Vegeta himself also now being shown held back by Amaron, that was when Dula went on to continue, I don't have to take orders from anyone except for the Venerable Heir, who is, by the way, just going on ahead to take care of your biggest asset, with King Sadala responding, no, stop procrastinating and get over here, Sadala shouts. Don't mess with me, Dula responds, to where as a counter method in stopping Sadala from even thinking about having to approach Dula now had instead created multiple portals right in front of him in hopes of having Broly get to him, as you can almost kind of go as far as to see the pain on Sadala's face, because he was essentially powerless to do anything to stop the murderous Broly from killing off his own people, as one by one with Broly shown crushing their heads, breaking their bodies, ripping their limbs apart, and so much more, even despite the other Saiyans doing anything to push back, nothing was seemingly working at all, because Broly kept feeding more and more and more into his own rage, into his own lust in destroying everything around him, to where he didn't really have a clear-cut vision as to who he was targeting or even why, as the only thing that was driving him from that point was his own instinct to murder everyone and everything around him, as by no means did anyone there, including some of the ones being held back such as Vegeta, was able to now stop Broly, as it had now gone gone from having one Saiyan individually to now having multiple Saiyans be killed off all at the same time in a very gruesome and horrific fashion, as Broly was literally shown grabbing onto one of the Saiyan skulls and crushing it within his own palm, to which it was even upon with Dula now having to see this, where Dula went on to chime in, well, I've settled the account of this so-called king, and so now it's about time. But then, out of nowhere, that was when King Sadala had now decided to take the entire situation of what was going on with Broly in Universe 6 seriously, because this was going to be the very moment in time that King Sadala was going to reveal his full power, as King Sadala went on to comment, "Fool, I've been through hell. I haven't been afraid of the heat for a long time." "They are definitely not common on this planet," Dula responds, as it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Kakumei manga chapter number 17 special then comes to a close. Now, you gotta give it up for the Kakumei team and what they did in representing Broly in such a way, because for anyone out there who has ever seen World War Hulk or even World Buster Hulk can immediately relate and go as far as to see the mirror reflection and resemblance between the two. And as personally for me, what I really enjoyed about this particular manga chapter specifically was not only finally getting the opportunity and seeing Broly absolutely go as far as to lose his mind in attacking everyone, but to even now finally see King Sadala pop off at the very end kind of gives you an indication that our heroes are gonna have to try to step in to do everything and anything they possibly could just to simply calm Broly down, as in my own personal opinion, I don't see Dula lasting much longer if this continues. But either way, I want you all to let me know what you guys thought about this manga chapter down in the comment section below, to where again, do make sure to follow the entire Kakumei team, as I'm going to go ahead and leave their links located down in the description box below, as the next manga chapter on Dragon Ball Kakumei is actually going to be dropping on the 25th as well. So I can't wait to see how exactly this is all going to transpire as this continues. So again, I want to thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for watching, to where if of course you guys also just so happen to be new to this channel, then I do encourage you all to head on over and smash that subscribe button, on top of giving this video a big fat thumbs up if you guys enjoyed. Tune back in for more. I truly can't wait to see what they're going to do with Broly, as I'm actually personally hoping to see Kefla fight Broly, but either way, to that, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. So again, thank you all so much for your time, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and have a great day. Peace!
Hello! Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi!
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.